Most of my life I had been looking for that X factor that we had always been missing and we needed. And I think when I heard TM and I started learning about it, that's when it started resonating with me. I've seen Transcendental Meditation applicable in a lot of areas in our lives. One of the foremost was in our diabetes. I was diagnosed with pre-diabetes a few years ago. I had high blood pressure, and I was taking blood pressure pills. I started meditating, and within a year I came off the high blood pressure medication.
Diabetes is a really devastating disease for the native population. We've seen a significant number of diabetes. You can say 80% of our population are diabetic. I do believe that stress is a precipitating factor for losing our battle with diabetes. Diet-wise, we're doing our best. We're controlling the diet. We're also using all the standard medications. We having regular visits for our patients. We just admitted one patient for... Even so, we still having problem to control the diabetes. It has to be another factor, especially the stress. I believe that Transcendental Meditation will have an impact on the short term for controlling diabetes and also for the long term. Patients that we see in our clinic that went through the Transcendental Meditation program, their blood pressure is much lower than other patients. That's stemming from the low level of stress they have. They are aware of their labs, their disease, and they're willing to be part of the solution.
I'm a diabetic, and because of doing TM, I have gotten my sugar levels almost to where they're supposed to be. Where before I was, there's times when I tested myself and the numbers weren't even on the meter. But going back with TM, I have cut off, using so much insulin, which is a big plus.
Betty and I are both diabetic. There were times when my sugar would elevate up over 500, which is high. And occasionally I'd have a reaction where my sugar was too low. And since I started TM, my sugar's been where it should be, So I'm sold on TM.
We hope that by doing this study that we will use it to benefit our local native populations, and this will be a starting point for us to move from locally to Winnibago area to involve the whole Indian population in the country. I am sure that the studies will help us to improve diabetes and decrease the to control diabetes and decrease the incidence of developing diabetes in this country.
This study is going to be the forerunner. It's actually going to provide the data that we need in Indian country to look at something that is effective at battling the disease of diabetes. I believe that this is going to show significant results in our diabetic people. It's going to show results in their reduction of stress, which is going to help their diabetes.
To me, this study is important because if we can get a lot of these things under control, our children will be able to sit and meditate with their grandparents, because then their grandparents would be around. That's my hope. That's what I would like to see.
I lost my parents to diabetes. My parents, they were amputated, both their legs, both my mother and my father. I had two sisters that were diabetic, same with them. So I lost 4 members of my family to diabetes. I don't want that to happen to my people. That's why I'm so grateful and thankful that it was introduced to us. I know it's going to help my people, help our children. I have grandchildren. I have great-grandchildren. I want these things for them.
I think with meditation and the way that I see it to be the best gift that I can give to my people, I give it to my children. I give it to my grandchildren because they're my greatest love. And then what I give them, I want for the rest of my people.